What's up guys, it's Paul here from the 9 to 5 Investors Club channel. In this video, I'm going to give you a quick update on what happened with the C Limited earnings play that I showed you in the previous video. I closed out of it completely today and I wanted to show you what the net profit was. I also want to give an update on how the target earnings play worked out, as well as the Iron Condor that I placed in Nvidia to give you an update on how that worked out so far, as well as some quick short-term plays, as well as some option trades that I'm watching out for this week and next week, okay? So starting off with the C Limited, just to give you a quick recap, I initially got this Iron Condor for a credit of $952, and I also simultaneously got a Strangle for $338 just as a hedge against the Iron Condor. But because C Limited didn't end up moving a whole lot right after earnings, because of the IV crush, the Iron Condor worked out great. So just today it lost a lot of the value, so I decided to buy it back at 125. So to calculate the net profit on it, I got an initial credit of $952 on the Iron Condor. Then I got the Strangle for $338, so subtract $338 on that. And then I finally closed out of the Iron Condor for $125, so subtract $125 there. And then because the Strangle was pretty much losing all its value, I decided to just close out of that as well. So I just got $1 more for the call, pretty much worthless really. And I got 38 for the put side, so add 39 overall. So this was a net profit of $528 on the C Limited earnings play, which is a great combination of an Iron Condor and a Strangle, okay? This strategy has been working out great in multiple earnings plays, so I'm definitely going to be using it more in the future as well, okay? So here's what happened with Nvidia. So Nvidia came out with earnings after hours today. The results themselves were pretty nice, but they were not expecting as good of a revenue from data centers. They were expecting a decline, which is why they actually dropped after hours. But the Iron Condor that I got on it was that I got the 575 call and sold the 570 to 50 call, and then on the put side I bought the 495 put and sold the 497.50 put, which means that as long as Nvidia stays between 497.50 and 570 to 50, I would get the full profit. I collected a credit of $910 for it, and because Nvidia is still within that range with a pretty good amount of margin on both sides, this Iron Condor was up 56%, just 60% today. But even tomorrow, I think the IV crush is going to be even more because this expires by November 20th itself. And depending on how much it moves, I wouldn't be surprised if this could end up being like an 85-90% profit. And if Nvidia doesn't move a whole lot, I may still hold it. But just in case it starts moving in either direction, I'll probably close out of it. But at least out of 910, I'm expecting to walk away with at least an $800 profit. And so again, this Iron Condor worked out great. The premiums were really expensive on Nvidia, which is why I didn't get a Strangle, and I'm really happy about that because this ended up maximizing the profit on the Iron Condor. Now here's what happened with the Target. So with Target, I've mentioned in the previous video that I just got a Strangle. I did not get an Iron Condor, unfortunately. So Target unfortunately did not move a whole lot, so the Strangle IV got crushed. So I sold out of the puts for a very small value. I'll look at the history here. So I was sold out of the puts for only $20, which was not too bad. But another thing that I did was, because there was a run-up this morning, quite a bit of a run-up this morning, I decided to average down on my 180 to 50 calls. I got 4 more of those. And then once it recovered somewhere around here, I sold 3 more of these 180 calls to convert this into a credit spread. The thing is, I'm still down overall about $200 on this Strangle. It doesn't expire till November 27th anyway. I really hope it recovers even more. If it does, I'll probably sell out of these 2 as well. I probably won't end up with a profit here, but at least it's still a very small loss. I'm expecting it to be maybe a $150 loss, but that's definitely a lot lesser than the kind of profits that we made on the Nvidia and C Limited earnings plays, okay? The Tesla, obviously, I was not going to miss Tesla because Tesla had absolutely ripped today. They were up 10% at all-time highs, even 12% today. So just this morning in my Discord group, when it was kind of coiling around here, I recommended the 475.50 call for November 20th. So if you actually look through the options here, the 475.50, I called it out when it was around $250, but as you can see, it shot up as high as $1765, and in fact, intraday, it was as high as $2200. So this was an amazing 9x call. Unfortunately, I sold out way too early, around $600 or something. So I was happy with 150% profit, but this, if only I held on, this would have been a good 8 to 9x if I did held on all the way to the highs, okay? But this was again a great day trade. Day trading makes me nervous, but this ended up working out great. So I closed out of the call that I had. I don't know where it's going to end up. I'm actually wanted to go down a little bit because I do have an Iron Condor expiring on the 20th, where the short call is $500. So I really wanted to stay below 500. If it does, that would be awesome. but even if it doesn't, I'll probably adjust it tomorrow and see if we can end up staying below 500. But thing is, I also have shares, so either way, it's working out great, up 116%. So that's what happened with Tesla. It was perfect for a day trade. Anytime you see a bit of a coiling here with volume going up, it's a perfect time to get into a call for a run up like this. Okay, so even around here there was a lot of coiling. I was making sure that, you know, anytime it crossed this resistance point during this coiling point, anytime you see it cross above, that's when you should get into calls, and then you'll catch the next run up. Okay, same thing here. Tested it got up to here, it was a resistance, tested it again, it crossed up here. If you got any calls here, you could have caught this run up. So that's exactly how you need to go around making these calls. Okay, so if you want to get alerts like this, please be sure to join Discord, guys. As of now, in terms of short-term trades, here's what I have so far. So with news about potential lockdowns and schools being closed down in New York, especially, Zoom started popping today. So I got this quick, November 28th debit spreads on Zoom for the 400 and 405 call for an average cost of 311. As long as Zoom can stay above 405 in the next 2 days, this should be a quick $189 profit per spread, or a total of around 378. So I really hope it can stay above 405, because especially after the big spike, I'm hoping it doesn't pull back. But as long as it can stay above 405, I think this should be a pretty good profit as well. Another short-term trade that I have here is for DraftKings. So for DraftKings, I got the 46th and 46.50 call debit spread on here. My average cost was about $28, and as long as DraftKings stays above 46.50, this would be a $22 profit per spread, or a total of 22 times 15, which is about $330. Okay, so these are two of the short-term trades that I'm holding for now. And on top of the debit spread as well, because there was an analyst who came out with a $100 price target on DraftKings, I also got 5 of these 65 calls for January, just to give myself a little more time. And considering, DraftKings all-time high was around $63, I think there's definitely a lot more runway to go here. So that's another call that I'm watching for now. Okay. Another short-term play that I played here today was Alibaba. Alibaba kind of found support around the 253, 252 range. So I decided to get one of this weekly debit spread on here, where I got the 257 call and sold the 260 call here for an average cost of 115. Because Alibaba dropped a little bit after I got it, obviously we're down 23% on it. But I think if Baba can recover in the next 1 week and go about 260, this should be an easy 105, 110% profit if I can sell out for the maximum profit of $250. Okay, so those are the short-term trades that I have, guys, on Zoom, DraftKings, and Alibaba, as well as an update on the earnings plays. If you want to get these alerts straight to your Discord, be sure to join the group. The link is going to be in the description, as well as a pinned comment. Okay, thanks again for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, please do smash that like button, leave a comment below if you have any questions, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell. Okay, thanks again for watching, and until next time.